this is Coach Matt. Welcome to Tackle Trading's onboarding video to help you navigate your journey through tackle trading. We are Team Tackle. That is our hashtag. We love what we do, and we do what we love. We love to teach, we love to trade, and we love to connect with our community at Tackle Trading. And first and foremost, if you want to get to know Tackle Trading is all about the coaches of Tackle Trading. You can visit the coaches and get to know them a little bit at tackletrading.com/team. But when you think of Tackle Trading, it's one-of-a-kind educational company with one clear goal in mind: to bring financial education to the masses. And to accomplish that goal, we rely on passionate and committed coaches to make our community the greatest and most vibrant online community out there in the market today. And what you're going to learn in today's video is you're going to learn how to get the most out of your pro level subscription. You're going to learn about what to focus on in the first 30 days. You're going to learn how to navigate the Tackle Trading website, and you're going to learn how to understand the Tackle Trading webinar schedule and when we release products to our pro member community. First and foremost, it's important to understand what the Tackle Trading educational ecosystem is all about. And the way we've designed our content is for all of our members to be able to get access to great online educational material, trading material, analysis out there in the market in different types of mediums. First and foremost, we have two podcasts: the Trading Justice podcast, which is a weekly podcast, as well as the Huddle. Those two podcasts allow you to understand what's happening in the market, the news of the day, theory, and obviously with the Trading Justice podcast, we go into some deep dives from an educational perspective. Next, you want to look at reports for the pro members: Tackle Trading newsletters, scouting reports in the stock, options, and commodity markets. We produce reports from a technical perspective. In those reports, you got videos, you have written materials such as a blog, and then we list out particular technical setups that are very enticing for our community to work off of with watch list. And then we have our webinars, where we have a YouTube program, traders lounges in the morning, coaches shows in the evening, cash flow clubs, as well as Trade Masters every Wednesday. We'll get into those here in just one second. We also have on-demand self-paced learning courses, some of them free, some of them more for the paid member community. I'll describe that here in just a moment. But the 7-step guide to trading, as well as the option Greek guide, Technical Analysis 101, options, forex, futures, and one of my favorites, System Development 101. These are all pro level courses, about 2 hours in length, that can really put you on a better path when you first start learning how to trade, learning the definitions, learning kind of the foundational principles, and specifically in System Development 101, really understanding the mindset of traders and investors and what we look for in terms of portfolio design. Definitely check that one out as well. When you look at the blogs, we release multiple blogs on a weekly basis: Tackle Today, Tales of a Technician, Option Theory blog, Women in Trading. That moves on for tools for traders. We produce certain tools to help you track your progress, to help you track your trades, to journal your trades, such as all the 3 different Tackle Trading playbooks, the Tackle Trading journals, the Tackle 25 covered call lists. These lists are all tools for traders. And then obviously, any vibrant community will also want to have a presence on social media. And the social media we choose is Discord, because we want to have private conversations within our community. And so you can get access to the Tackle Trading Discord channel as well. That is the Tackle Trading ecosystem just in general. We put a lot of material out there for our community so that they can enjoy it at their own pace. Let's understand the freemium to premium model of Tackle Trading. Freemium products are products that truly anybody has access to. They're starter level products. Whether you're a pro member of Tackle Trading or not, these are available for everybody. And even if you are a pro member, I would strongly recommend that you also go through these stage 1 type freemium products, because like almost anything Tackle Trading produces, it is quality content, very informative, and extremely educational. And so when you're getting to know Tackle Trading, it's all about that free, high-quality content, such as those podcasts we just talked about, on our YouTube channel, and definitely subscribe to the Tackle Trading YouTube channel so that you can get access to the daily reports, such as the halftime report or the awesome Trade Master show that we do every Wednesday as well. We have awesome guides such as the 7-step guide to trading, which is a precursor to the step system at Tackle Trading. And we also have the option Greek guides to learn the option pricing model called the Black-Scholes model. We put out some great blogs such as the Tackle Today, Women in Trading, and so on and so forth. When you're looking at stage 2 and you level up into that pro member community, it's really about the motto of Tackle Trading, and that's learn, trade, and connect. You learn those courses. You learn Technical Analysis 101, Options 101, Futures, Forex 101, and like we talked about, System Development 101, those shows, Traders Lounges, Coaches Shows, Cash Flow Clubs on a weekly basis help you navigate the market with that pro member community. You also get access to amazing blogs in the pro membership. Option Theory, Tales of a Technician will help you understand. It will help you understand and navigate the markets from a written perspective. And then from a trade perspective, the scouting report, stock options, the commodity report. We put out a list of stocks from a technical perspective that are based on technical parameters that we teach in the STEP system, which is our swing trading system at Tackle Trading. And we put those reports out there to individuals on a weekly basis so that they can get help in navigating the market, because there's a lot of fish in that pond, and we want to find the best ones, and that's what the scouting reports do. Tools such as the playbooks, such as the trade journals, the Tackle 25 covered call list. Tackle Trading produces a lot of material for our pro member community. Trading playbooks is written in video guides for specific strategies, rules, techniques, management, risk graph, you name it. That's the Tackle Trading playbook, and it lists out all those wonderful strategies that you're going to want to learn or you have learned. It helps you remind yourself of the rules pertaining to the system, the rules pertaining to the strategy. And so definitely check out the Tackle Trading playbook for any review, or if you want to learn about specific strategies or techniques or the rules for those strategies. Trade journals. There's 3 trade journals at Tackle Trading. Theta Research Journal, which helps you research covered calls, naked puts, credit spreads. You have the Portfolio Journal, which helps you assess your portfolio bias and track your portfolio over time. But you also have access to the Tackle Trading Trade Journal, which allows you to journal all your trades over time to understand what you're doing right and what you're doing wrong. And then the Tackle 25 covered call list is a list of the best 25 covered calls on a yearly basis that we put out there, and we've been putting that out there since 2015. And then in the pro member community, again, you want to connect in our mastermind groups. For every system we teach at Tackle Trading, you have a mastermind group that also meets on a monthly basis to discuss that specific system, to discuss what is happening in the market pertaining to that specific system. Get into those mastermind groups, and we also have a mastermind Discord channel for each of our masterminds. And so definitely connect with other traders in those mastermind groups, connect with other traders in our Tackle Trading Discord channel as well. And then as you're leveling up through Tackle Trading and you're walking the journey with Tackle Trading, you're going to want to get into premium at some point. And those premium systems are all business in a box. The Bear Market Survival Guide, the Cash Flow Condors, Step Swing Trading Systems, and then the aforementioned Tackle 25, which is a covered call system. These premium systems are video-based guides with mastermind groups to not only teach you, but help you navigate these systems in the marketplace as well. Trading labs, being able to meet with a specific group led by a specific coach on a weekly basis pertaining to specific systems and strategies, that is the power of trading labs. Definitely check that out. And then we also have that one-on-one coaching program. If you are looking to work with one of the Tackle coaches one-on-one over time, we also have that for our pro member community as well. So another way to look at this is you learn through the courses, you learn through the shows, you learn through the blogs that we put out there for our pro members. From a trade perspective, you have the scouting reports and you have the tools for the trader as we've just discussed. And from a connecting perspective, again, you have those mastermind groups and you have the Tackle Trading Discord channel to help you understand that. Now let's talk specifically about some of these products in the pro membership so that you can understand how to navigate them. The Tackle Trading newsletter is a weekly newsletter that is designed to help you understand where the market is from a bias perspective. It's designed to help you understand what is happening in the market from a news perspective. And Coach Gino Poor does a wonderful job of helping our community navigate the market on a weekly basis through detailed market video analysis. We put out the Tackle Scoreboard. We'll get into that here in just 1 second in this video. A review of the economic calendar from both last week as well as looking forward, fast forward to what we should be expecting for next week. And then one of the new things we do in Tackle Trading newsletter is we put together what's called the rapid fire video, which is one of the most popular segments we do every single week at Tackle Trading. And all the content that we put out there for our community, the rapid fire video, a 10-15 minute video of all the coaches talking about their favorite technical setup for the next week in the marketplace. That is a very fun, high energy, and really good technical setups come out of that rapid fire video within the Tackle Trading newsletter on a weekly basis. Now, one of the most popular things in the Tackle newsletter outside of rapid fire is the Tackle Trading Scoreboard. The scoreboard is how we rank the market from a bias perspective. Are we bullish? Are we bearish? How bullish are we? How bearish are we? What is different sectors doing? As you can see here, we rank the scoreboard on a football field, and as you work yourself to the right-hand side, you get more bullish. As you work yourself to the left-hand side, as you can see at the scale at the bottom, you get a little bit more bearish. And we also color code the scoreboard to match different sectors within a certain classification of sector analysis, such as aggressive sectors, technology, discretionary, communications. You have cyclical sectors like finance, industrial, energy, and basic materials. And then you have more of your traditional defensive sectors, such as consumer staples, utilities, real estate, as well as healthcare. And as you see the arrows go either to the left-hand side or the right-hand side, that signifies, are we upgrading that sector for the week? Are we downgrading that sector for the week? And many at Tackle Trading use this scoreboard to help them understand sector rotation, where money is flowing into. But one of the number one reasons, it helps us understand where the trends are. If technology is at 15, well, that trend is usually pretty bullish, very consistent. And if energy's at negative 45, you're seeing a little bit of neutrality there. Another thing to keep in mind as you're looking at the Tackle newsletter is the S&P 500 ranking. One of the things we believe in at Tackle Trading is matching our portfolio bias to our market bias. And sometimes that can be fairly difficult for new traders to do, to understand everything that is happening out there in the market, to understand all the nuances of the market, both from a fundamental and behavioral as well as a technical perspective. And in terms of what technical trends should we be looking at? Well, we rank the S&P 500 on a weekly basis based on technical analysis, based on fundamental analysis, and based on behavioral analysis. And that is about the starting point for how that portfolio bias should be matching with that market bias. So at a positive 20, that tells me at Tackle Trading what I need to be doing from a delta weighting perspective. And I know that might be a little bit overwhelming for an onboarding video, but just know that there are all these tools to help you navigate the market and do your job as a trader much better. And the scoreboard through the Tackle Trading newsletter is certainly one of those. We've already talked about the scouting reports. In the scouting reports, they're really all these amazing technical swing trading setups that every technician around the world loves. High bases, retracements, breakouts, consolidation patterns, reversal patterns, momentum patterns. We bring to our community all the coaches of tackle trading the best technical setups for options, stock, as well as for commodities on a weekly basis, and we put them out in our scouting reports. In the scouting reports, there are 3 of them. You have the stock report, you have the options report, and then you have the commodity report, and all 3 of these reports are released on a weekly basis. As for those live shows, those webinars, the moments where you get to come and watch the tackle coaches do their thing, well, we have 4 basic groups of shows. We have about 15 shows on a weekly basis for our pro member community, but we categorize these in 4 basic shows. Number 1, we do the Daily Traders Lounge, where every single Monday through Friday at 11 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, you get to hang out with one of the coaches of tackle trading, and if you have questions, you get to get those questions answered. If you have a technical setup you want to understand or you want to detail, you can get help there as well. Anything you need, that is what the Traders Lounge is for. And so if you ever need anything from tackle trading, literally every day, we're hanging out with our community in the Traders Lounge, helping you with your questions. News of the day, Traders Lounge. If you need help on a trade, Traders Lounge. If you need some analysis help on a technical setup, Traders Lounge. If you just want to hang out with a bunch of traders, drink some coffee and watch the morning market, Traders Lounge. That's what the Traders Lounge is for. Every Tuesday night, one of the flagship programs of tackle trading is the Coaches Show. And in the Coaches Show, you're going to spend about an hour every Tuesday at 8:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time going through a specific strategy, system, understanding. For example, this past 3 weeks, we've been doing a 3-part series on utilizing moving averages and how algorithms use them to create momentum. We always look to put out amazing content in our coaches shows that are relevant to what is happening in the market today. On Thursday, same time, 8:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, you can join Gino Poor, you can join Coach Greg Holmes in understanding cash flow systems. When we're talking about the coaches show, that's just there to help anything in the marketplace, any system that's working that needs to be updated, new opportunities that we're seeing in the market. But from a cash flow club perspective, this is from a theta, cash flow. Theta means time decay. When theta in the market, we're talking about cash flow systems. And so covered calls, credit spreads, naked puts, boomerang trades, the cash flow systems that many at tackle trading rely on, we discuss those each and every week in the Cash Flow Club. And when you're talking about all those specific systems within our premium, the STEP system, Bear Market Survival Guide, Cash Flow Condors, the Tackle 25, we have mastermind groups on a monthly basis to have detailed conversations on specifically those systems with those groups on a monthly basis. And I know it seems like a lot because we want to provide a tremendous amount to our community. Now on to the Tackle Trading 100 series, where we look at education. We've talked about webinars, we've talked about daily content, we've talked about customer support, we've talked about the connecting aspect of tackle trading. Let's talk about the education of tackle trading, which is the foundation of who we are, bringing amazing education, highest quality education you can find out in the market today, but not for thousands and thousands and thousands of dollars, but for affordable everyday people to get access to this market the same way everybody in Wall Street gets access to. The Tackle Trading 100 series is the foundational series for our Tackle Trading Pro members so that they can get a basic understanding from a beginner's perspective. And so when you're looking at Technical Analysis 101, this will teach you the foundational principles of what technical analysis is. When you look at Options 101, same type of system, a beginner level course. It allows you to understand the options market. It allows you to start understanding what they are, how we trade them, what is the pricing model, so that when you do start getting into a little bit more advanced education, you're not just overwhelmed by definitions or by the language of the market, you get that in the self-paced on-demand called Options 101. When you look at the third one, it's called Futures 101. In Futures 101, our basic goal is to teach you the understanding of the futures market, where almost every market trades in, from the equity market with the indexes, to the commodity market, to the currency market, to the crypto market. The market called the futures market that fully encompasses all tradable assets within the U.S. financial system. And so understanding Futures 101, it's a 24-hour marketplace. It's a beginner level course so that you can understand the potential and the power of the futures market. The fourth one is called Forex 101, which is the largest market in the entire world. It's by far the most liquid market in the entire world. And you're going to learn the definitions. You're going to learn what a major currency is, a cross currency, what a pip is, all those unique definitions that is pertaining to the Forex market. You're going to learn that in Forex 101. And then the last on-demand course that we provide from a 101 perspective to our community is System Development 101 as well, where you're going to learn how to build your own systems, modify the tackle systems so that you can attach yourself to any market condition. And you work on a lot of mindset in the Systems Development 101 course. Many times in my history of tackle, I have heard from students who waited to take the Systems Development 101 course 6 months into their tackle trading experience, a year into their tackle trading experience. I would recommend that you actually try to take the tackle trading System Development 101 course fairly early in your 30 days of becoming a member of tackle trading, because it does work on the proper mindset and it does start the conversation of how to start looking at the financial world from a business perspective, from a systematic perspective. And Coach Christian Sasson does a wonderful job in the System Development 101 course. So definitely check that out more early than late in your tackle trading journey. Now let's move on to the weekly schedule. One of the most important things we can understand is when products are released on a weekly basis to our community. When do we hold webinars? When do those scouting reports? Well, every single Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, we do the Traders Lounge. Coaches shows are Tuesday at 8:30. Cash Flow Club is Thursday at 8:30. Mastermind groups are all on Monday. It says 8:30. It can be 7. It just depends on what we have on a Monday, but typically speaking, our mastermind groups are on Mondays, and we typically do them around 7 to 8:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. We always let our community know. And then the scouting reports that we've been talking about, those are released on Saturdays by 4 p.m., but typically speaking, we get them released a little earlier than that. That's the latest that we do release the scouting reports, because we want to give our community time to go through those reports, because it is those reports with the Tackle Trading newsletter that our community uses to prepare for the market on a weekly basis, and the Tackle newsletter is released as those reports are as well. And as discussed earlier in the onboarding video, Discord is an important part of your journey into tackle trading, as Discord is the communication device that we like to use at tackle trading to communicate with our community on a daily basis. If you need help, you can get access to any coach over there just by tagging them. You can ask any question on any system, because we have groups for specific systems over there in our Tackle Trading Discord channel. And the only individuals that get access to the Tackle Trading Discord channel is pro members, so that you're with your tribe, you're with your trading community. There's a certain amount of trust there, because everybody comes from the same systems, the same concepts, the same strategies, and so there's a lot of familiarity with everybody regarding the Tackle Trading Discord channel, and it's a very good group to get help for anything you need from a written perspective. In this portion of the onboarding video, I want to talk about some things that are perhaps outside the pro level subscription, but are very important to our community. And the first is Trading Labs. In the Trading Labs, you will experience the power of having a team and a head coach to guide you towards financial freedom. We have 3 different Trading Labs currently that are active. The first one is what we call Cash Flow Vikings. Cash Flow Vikings is a trading lab where you're going to be focusing on cash flow systems, cash flow strategies, being able to sell options to generate cash flow regardless of the market condition. In the second lab, you're going to be led by Coach Emily, and that is the Dynasty Investors, which is more of a long-term investing, position trading, cash flow strategies, with the intent to compound those gains over time to build the retirement. And then you have Team Phoenix led by Coach Tyler, and as part of the Phoenix, you'll improve your trade management, and that's what the Team Phoenix is all about. Active trading, management. When do you trail up a stop loss? When do you scale in? When do you scale out? How do you look at your portfolio from a diversification perspective? That would be Team Phoenix, and I strongly recommend you check out the trading labs as they are a vibrant part of our online community. Tackle Trading Premium Systems are a business in a box type philosophy. You jump in, you learn the system, and then you start utilizing the system based on trading rules. In the Tackle Trading Premium Systems, we have 4 of them: Bear Market Survival Guide, Cash Flow Condors, the Step System, and then the Tackle 25 Covered Calls. In the Bear Market Survival Guide, it's all about learning how to protect your portfolio, learning bearish strategies, learning the analysis that helps us understand volatility so that we can always protect our portfolio in any condition in the market. Cash Flow Condors is a cash flow system that is based on the strategy called the Iron Condor, which is a combination of the bull put, the bear call to create a awesome neutral strategy that cash flows in neutral conditions. We love doing this on the Russell 2000. The third one is what we call the Step System. It is our active trading, swing trading system. Teaches you everything you need to know about technical analysis, trends, patterns, support, resistance, the rules for entry, stop loss, where to target in short-term trading. That's all the Step System. And then the Tackle 20 Covered Calls is a cash flow system based on covered calls that are the best fundamentally strong covered call stocks in the market each and every year. That's what the premium systems are. I would highly recommend as you go through your journey of tackle trading to keep an eye on these premium systems, because the premium systems also have those mastermind groups that every pro member, regardless if you have access to the system or not, has access to. So it would simply help you go through your journey and understanding those mastermind groups and understanding the systems of trading that many at Tackle Trading employ through these premium systems. And then the last thing I want to talk about that is outside our pro level subscription is our one-on-one coaching program. And the Tackle Trading coaching will provide direction, education, and instruction to develop you as a student into a successful trader. And if you're interested in talking to one of us regarding the coaching program, you can email us at team@tackletrading.com. And as we close out this onboarding of Tackle Trading, if you ever need to talk to Tackle Trading about a premium system, a trading lab, the coaching program, or if you simply need some help from one of the coaches of Tackle Trading, you can sign up for a consultation at tackletrading.com/schedule-consultation, and you can get access to a 30 to 60 minute one-on-one consultation where you can discuss with one of the coaches anything you need at tackletrading.com. And how to contact us, you can email us at team@tackletrading.com, 1-866-882-2553, on Instagram at Tackle Trading, Facebook at team@tackletrading, LinkedIn at tackle-trading, and Twitter at Tackle Trading. And our hashtag for all of social media is #TeamTackle. And this concludes our onboarding video for today. If you need any help from Tackle Trading, team@tackletrading.com. You can hit us up in Discord as well. Thank you for attending the onboarding, and I'll see you in the community.